So one of my best friends mentioned earlier, today is my father's birthday. So we had dinner at Mediterranean Chef. And kind of continuing from what was just said, my mother is a pastor who started a church originally in our living room. So this is a poem that kind of honors my father since it's his birthday. For every event in the shout, I always try to write something new in the concept of the theme. In 7 years of writing, I have yet to complete a poem for my father. In every attempt, it always begins with, my father is a mountain. In my head, it's always the same scene, a purplish black sky devoid of clouds with just enough stars to let you know what freedom tastes like. The moon is somewhere out of focus, iridescently highlighting the shadowy monolith that defines the horizon. The air is crisp, cool enough to alert you to its presence. I don't know why every poem starts like that. Like a dream that I can't wake up from. I've seen enough hills, known what boulders and highways carved out of the earth feel like so common. I remember the first time I encountered a real mountain. In the dead of winter, a light snowfall taunting the unlit road as we wound our way up the elevation. A narrow drive hugging the face of rock on one side, giving way to darkness and the unknown on the other. Awe turned to fear, turned to respect. When we reached our destination at the top, played in the snow like my father's gray widow's peak. We looked out on the surrounding hills, on the city lights, so detached with our isolation. I knew at that moment why my friend Seth always wrote of mountains being magical. These days, our present father isn't far off from a magician. It is a wonder how he kept his feet so planted, his will so permanent when it seemed other fathers become tunneled through and flattened, disappear and erode with the changing tides. My father, as a stalwart classic, a titan, born from volcanoes and tectonic forces, have you ever seen something and known its purpose was to inspire? To be so unique that translation transcends its 14 known languages that you have to use pictures. I've always thought of myself as a golden eagle, first time riding the shoulders of a mountain when I was 4, knowing what it was like to fly above the heads of a crowd at a staggering height of 6 feet and 3 inches. Always knew that this was the altitude I was destined for. That the mediocrity of sea level can drown you. This is what I learned from a mountain. That there is nothing between it and heaven. It can feel like you are alone when you stand above the rest, that even the gods will take refuge on Olympus, so the doors of my home are always open. Growing up, there was a sketch of my father hanging on the wall, a side profile, short-cut hair, wearing thick glasses. It's the only time I tried to measure myself against a landscape. Every achievement was another notch in elevation. Makes you wonder if some features are crafted or inherited. While every disappointment blacked out whatever image I had, each failure erasing one of the stars till my nights looked a lot like a shadow I wouldn't measure up to, with a wind that howled a bit colder than crisp, made me shiver when I slept. Have you ever wondered when the monoliths begin to alight into darkness, wherein the path you stumbled on begins to crumble like pebbled rocks under your feet? Where is the light? Where is the moon that once highlighted the sky? Where is the mountaintop when your GPS is without signal and you feel isolated? If my father is a mountain, my mother is the moon, full and mystical. She brings the context to the shadows. He grows until they are together. They breed impossible and name them children. Force celestial, call it home. She makes the veiled valleys disappear, erases mistakes, pins up stars, shines bright enough until I can see my father again. Know that I am descendant of Fuji, of Sinai, of Everest, of Olympus, and that my father is forever. His strength, courage, loyalty, determination, stubbornness. My father has always been a mountain.
Woo! Yeah.